There are lots of ways to talk about rhetoric. One of them is through something called rhetorical appeals. In ancient Greece, the philosopher Aristotle took all the kinds of rhetorical appeals and divided them into just 3 categories: ethos, pathos, and logos. Let's take a look at a speech and how you can analyze it using ethos, pathos, and logos. In 2014, Malala Yousafzai won the Nobel Peace Prize for her work in promoting female education, especially in her home country of Pakistan. Let's start with ethos or credibility. When a speaker like Malala makes an appeal to ethos, she's making an appeal to her own identity, authority, and trustworthiness. Establishing credibility with the audience is an important step because it draws a connection between the speaker and the audience, making the audience more likely to agree with the speaker's message. In Malala's Nobel lecture, she spoke about herself in a way that established her credibility. I have brought with me some of my sisters from Pakistan, from Nigeria, and from Syria, who share this story. My brave sisters Shazia and Kainat, who were also shot that day on our school bus, but they have not stopped learning. Though I appear as one girl, one person, I am not a lone voice. I am many. I am those 66 million girls who are deprived of education. And today, I am not raising my voice. It is the voice of those 66 million girls. I dedicate the Nobel Peace Prize money to the Malala Fund to help give girls quality education everywhere, anywhere in the world, and to raise their voices. The first place this funding will go to is where my heart is, to build schools in Pakistan, especially in my home of Swat and Shangla. I am proud. Well, in fact, I am very proud to be the first Pashtun, the first Pakistani, and the youngest person to receive this award. Ethos can present itself as experience and moral character, but it can also be presented as credentials, accolades, and authority. Malala spoke about her personal story, being denied an education and attacked for it, then her work, speaking up for all girls and working with organizations across the world. After reading her speech, it's really easy to trust Malala, believe her story, and even laugh with her when she cracks a joke, because she's likable. Another rhetorical appeal is pathos. Pathos is an appeal to emotion, and quite possibly the most powerful of all 3. In the example of Malala's lecture, she tells a story of a girl who grew up with her in her small village. The girl wanted to be a doctor, but at age 12, she was forced to marry and have children. Malala shares that this girl would have made a great doctor, but that her dream was killed before it even had a chance. Then she speaks of the lost potential of children who never, ever got the opportunity to go to school. Imagining this reality is incredibly sad. Malala moves her audience to feel as allies against these injustices. Who wouldn't be struck with emotion? If a writer and a speaker can get their audience to feel, be it sadness, anger, happiness, pride, or even fear, they are appealing to your sense of emotions. And that is what pathos is all about. The final appeal is logos. Logos is an appeal to reason and logic. A good logos appeal presents facts, evidence, information, and rational arguments. A great logical appeal convinces you that it is a very reasonable argument. It appeals to your intellect. In her Nobel acceptance speech, Malala asks, why is it that countries which we call strong are so powerful in creating wars, but are so weak in bringing peace? Why is it that giving guns is so easy, but giving books is so hard? Why is it that making tanks is so easy, but building schools is so hard? These questions are building an extremely powerful argument. She establishes a clear contrast between war and peace. Governments spend a lot of time and money building up their armies. Why can't they focus that same energy and money on building up their education systems? It's an important question that helps Malala prove her point. It's a perfectly logical and reasonable argument. These 3 categories, ethos, pathos, and logos, are really just fancy ways of saying an appeal to one's own credibility or character. That's ethos. An appeal to the emotions. That's pathos. And an appeal to reason or evidence. and that's logos. This isn't a comprehensive way of understanding all rhetoric, but it can help you reveal the tactics that authors use to persuade. Finally, it's important to understand that ethos, pathos, and logos are not choices or strategies. They are appeals that an author makes. So as you read and analyze a text, pay attention to how the author appeals to the audience.